Have you ever wondered what the future holds for gasoline-powered and exotic cars in an increasingly electric world? In recent times, we've seen a marked shift in the automotive industry. Car manufacturers, once the harbingers of roaring engines and high-octane performance, are now transitioning towards a more sustainable future. Take, for instance, General Motors. Not too long ago, they announced the discontinuation of the Chevrolet Camaro, a quintessential muscle car with a history dating back to 1966. This leaves the Ford Mustang as the only American gasoline-powered performance coupe. But it's not just Chevrolet. Stellantis, the multinational automaker, has also revealed plans to cease production of the Dodge Challenger, another iconic muscle car. Instead, they've introduced an electric muscle car concept, signaling a significant shift in the muscle car market. What's driving these changes? Well, General Motors is transitioning to an all-electric lineup by 2035, significantly reducing investment in traditional internal combustion engine vehicles. This move, while ambitious, is a clear indication of the direction the wind is blowing in the automotive industry. But it's not just muscle cars that are affected. Across the board, car manufacturers are shifting their focus towards SUVs and trucks, a testament to changing consumer preferences and the rise of electric vehicles. Yet, amidst these sweeping changes, Ford unveiled a new gasoline-powered Mustang, marking its 7th generation. This might be a glimmer of hope for the enthusiasts of traditional cars, or perhaps one of the last hurrahs of a bygone era, a poignant reminder of the relentless march of progress. The decline of gasoline-powered cars seems inevitable, but what does this mean for the exotic car industry? As we delve deeper into this topic, we'll explore this question and more, shedding light on what lies ahead for the world of cars in the not-so-distant future. As electric vehicles gain traction, one can't help but ponder the fate of exotic cars. The rise of electric vehicles is undeniably impacting the industry, especially the segment of exotic and performance cars. These vehicles have long been the embodiment of power and speed, with their roar and purr being a significant part of their allure. But as we transition towards a more sustainable future, what does this mean for these high-performance machines? Take the recent announcements of General Motors and Stellantis, for instance. Both automotive giants have revealed plans to cease production of their iconic muscle cars, the Chevrolet Camaro and the Dodge Challenger. These decisions are part of a broader shift towards an all-electric lineup, a move that is reducing investment in traditional internal combustion engines. This leaves the Ford Mustang as the last American gasoline-powered performance coupe, a somber reminder of the changing tides. But the industry isn't going down without a fight. To maintain the thrill and excitement of driving, manufacturers are incorporating artificial enhancements into their electric vehicles. These include fake engine sounds and simulated gear shifts designed to mimic the experience of driving a traditional gasoline-powered car. Dodge and Toyota are among those exploring similar features for their electric models, a clear nod to the preferences of traditional car enthusiasts. Yet, the question remains, will these enhancements be enough? While they may attract some buyers in the short term, the long-term trend seems to favor authentic and quiet electric vehicles. The market is evolving, and with it, consumer preferences are changing too. This brings us to a critical juncture. As we embrace a more sustainable future, we may have to bid farewell to the roar of high-performance engines. But does this mean the end of exotic cars as we know them? Change is indeed the only constant, even in the world of exotic cars. The roar of a high-performance engine and the smell of petrol may be synonymous with supercars, but the tides are turning. As the world moves towards a greener future, so too are the manufacturers of these luxurious, high-octane machines. Take General Motors, for example. They've recently announced plans to transition to an all-electric lineup by 2035, even discontinuing iconic models like the Chevrolet Camaro. It's clear that they're not merely dipping their toes in the waters of electric power, they're diving in headfirst. But what about the intrinsic qualities that make these cars exotic? Is it possible to retain the thrill of a supercar when the engine is powered by batteries rather than fuel? Interestingly, some manufacturers believe it is. Dodge and Toyota, for instance, are exploring ways to inject excitement into their electric models. They're incorporating simulated gear shifts and even fake engine sounds, aiming to replicate the heart-thumping experience of driving a traditional performance car. It's a clear sign that these manufacturers are committed to preserving the spirit of the supercar, even as they adapt to the changing landscape of the automotive industry. And then there's the matter of performance. Electric cars are renowned for their rapid acceleration, and exotic car manufacturers are capitalizing on this to create vehicles that are not only greener, but also faster. The electric revolution is not putting a damper on the performance capabilities of these cars. If anything, it's enhancing them. But it's not just about speed and sound. The move towards electric power is also opening up new possibilities in terms of design. Without the need for large engines and exhaust systems, manufacturers have more freedom to experiment with innovative and distinctive designs, further elevating the exclusivity that makes these cars truly exotic. Exotic car manufacturers are not just surviving the electric revolution, they're thriving in it. As we look towards the future, what can we expect from the world of cars? Well, the horizon of the automotive industry is both fascinating and full of change. The most significant transformation we're likely to witness is the gradual phasing out of gasoline engines. Major players in the industry, like General Motors, have already begun this transition. The discontinuation of the Chevrolet Camaro announced in 2023 marked a pivotal moment in this shift. It's clear that the era of gasoline-powered cars is gradually drawing to a close. But what's replacing them, you ask? The answer is simple: electric vehicles. Stellantis, for instance, has ceased production of the Dodge Challenger, a classic muscle car, and instead introduced an electric muscle car concept. Electric is the future, and it's happening right now. As we transition to electric, we're also likely to see a transformation in the driving experience itself. Hyundai and other manufacturers are already incorporating simulated engine sounds and gear shifts in their electric vehicles to appeal to traditional car enthusiasts. This is just one example of how technology will reshape what it means to be behind the wheel. Autonomous vehicles are another game changer on the horizon. Imagine a future where your car drives you. Sounds like science fiction, doesn't it? But it's closer to reality than you might think. With advancements in artificial intelligence and machine learning, self-driving cars are set to revolutionize the way we commute. However, it's worth noting that this transition won't happen overnight. For the foreseeable future, we'll still see a mix of gasoline, electric, and hybrid vehicles on our roads. But make no mistake, the shift towards electric and autonomous vehicles is inevitable. In the grand scheme of things, this shift represents more than just a change in the type of cars we drive. It's a shift in our values, our lifestyles, and our vision for a sustainable future. So, buckle up because the ride is just getting started. The future of cars is exciting and full of possibilities, with electric and autonomous vehicles leading the way. The world of cars is undergoing a transformation, and the future seems electric. We've journeyed through a landscape of change, where the roar of gasoline engines is giving way to the hum of electric motors. The current state of gasoline cars is a testament to this shift. We see legends like the Chevrolet Camaro and the Dodge Challenger bidding their farewell to the stage, leaving the Ford Mustang as the last American gasoline-powered performance coupe. But even that may not last for long. As we step into the era of electric vehicles, the exotic car industry is also feeling the impact. The familiar purr of their high-performance engines is being replaced by the whir of electric powertrains. But it's not just the sound that's changing. The entire driving experience is being reimagined, and exotic car manufacturers are rising to the challenge. We've seen how these manufacturers are embracing the electric revolution, innovating and adapting to keep pace with the changing times. They are infusing their electric models with the excitement and thrill that have always been associated with their brands. From simulated gear shifts to artificial engine sounds, these enhancements aim to bridge the gap between the old and the new, between the familiar and the futuristic. Looking ahead, the future of cars is rife with possibilities. As technology advances, we can expect to see more innovations that will redefine our driving experience. While the fate of gasoline-powered and exotic cars may be uncertain, one thing is clear: the future of cars is here, and it's electric. But as we move forward, let's not forget the past. The rumble of a V8, the growl of a supercar, the thrill of shifting gears. These are experiences that have shaped our love for cars. And while the future may be electric, our memories of gasoline-powered cars will continue to fuel our passion for driving. While the fate of gasoline-powered and exotic cars may be uncertain, one thing is clear: the future of cars is here, and it's electric.